another video of mine. It's Friday, I'm Livi, and this week's theme is pronouns. So, pronouns. I use she, her. Done. Roll credits. Wait, there's more on that script? Oh, okay. I've used she, her for a couple of years now, and those are the ones that I feel comfortable with. Those are my pronouns. They aren't preferred pronouns, those are my pronouns. That's it. I used to use he, him before I realised I was trans. And then in that sort of period between being cis and being trans girl, when I used to think that I was bigender or gender fluid at times, I would use different pronouns depending on how I felt at the time. So the way I used to use it with my friends at uni was actually just how I was presenting. So if I was wearing female clothes and makeup, and yeah, I'd go by she, her pronouns. And if I was presenting male, I'd get them to use he, him. It sounds kind of obvious, but at the same time, it didn't have to be that way. After a while, I got to the point where I was like, I don't mind having the he, him pronouns when I'm presenting male, but I would still like to be called she, her, and be called Livi rather than my birth name, and that kind of stuff. So it just kind of happened, and I remember the very first time that someone used she, her pronouns for me while I was not wearing a dress or anything like that was while I was playing Quidditch, and I was stood there with the quaffle, and the person who is now the captain of our team, she just started yelling, beat her out, beat her out, beat her out, beat her out, to her beater, and I was confused for a second why Lisa was yelling beat her out, and I was like, oh wait, she means me, and that made me happy. So yeah, that was a nice moment of a person getting your pronouns right, I guess. So yeah, so that happened. Been times when refs and other players have used he pronouns for me because they don't know that I use she, her pronouns, and the best way that I can say to anyone else who gets the wrong pronouns used for them like that is to just correct them. Like, especially if you know that the people are going to be open-minded and fine about it, just literally say, no, sorry, I use she pronouns. And I've done it many times on pitch and just been like, no, she, and then beaten someone out, or, yeah. So, I know quite a lot of people who use they pronouns. One of my housemates does, and quite a few people in the Quidditch community that I know do, and I see the argument online sometimes that they is a plural pronoun, and it's really not, because when you don't know someone's gender, even in the case of when you're a bit ignorant of gender identities and stuff, you still use they to talk about people whose gender you don't know. So it can be used as singular, and it bugs me when people are like, oh, but they must be a plural pronoun, and I'm like, no, it's not. It fits grammatically, so use it. If that's what someone uses as their pronouns, use it. Thanks for watching. See you again next week. Bye!